Hey guys, Nicole here. I wanted to do a quick layout share before I put these away, as I'm still trying to get my scrapbook room organized and need piles out of the way. So the layouts I'm going to show you are not from my last Kit Love kit from Vicky Booten. These are actually from my scrapbook weekend that I took with Angie. For those of you who are new to my channel, every few months I meet up with my best friend. We live about 6 to 7 hours apart and we meet up halfway, get a hotel room for usually about 3 nights, and we just scrapbook and we hang out and we catch up and just, yeah, mostly just scrapbook and drink coffee and eat, and that's about it. So a couple weeks ago, we met up to scrapbook together. Unfortunately, my weekend was cut short. Normally we got there Friday night, and I normally come home we leave Tuesday morning. I unfortunately Sunday morning had to leave early very quickly, as my youngest daughter ended up having an emergency appendectomy. Thankfully she's okay. It was caught in time before it ruptured, but it was a very scary, just a really tough surgery. So we've been, but she's doing great. We're home and she's recovering. But it was a very fast. I had to leave. I was about 2.5 hours away. But was able to get to her a little while before the surgery, about an hour before the surgery started. Thankfully, my husband had gotten her to the emergency room, and it all worked out okay. But it did put a hamper on the weekend, and but you know what, life happens. And anyway, I wanted to show you the layouts I did get done. Normally, I get around between 30 and 40 done. I didn't get obviously nearly as many, but I did get some done Friday night, all day Saturday, and I think I maybe got one done Sunday before I end up getting the phone call. So anyways, wanted to show you. So I mostly worked with, I think, 2 collections. I worked with a Shamal collection, not her newest one, but I think maybe 2 collections ago. Can't remember which. I don't have the stuff with me anymore. I don't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. And then I worked with kind of a variety of manufacturers' lines, but like Harry Potter themed. So those are the main 2 collections that I worked with. So I wanted to show you what I got done. So this was a layout I did. It was International Scrapbook Weekend too. I did a couple challenges, but was planning to get a lot more done and just didn't. But anyway, so this is one layout I got done. This was from just a family get together, and this layout I was focusing on one of our little. It'd be like maybe my second cousin, so my girls' 3rd cousin. It was the first time they met, and I had some really cute shots of them together. And so I just kind of took the colors from their clothes, like the burgundy and these really cute pink colors, and these papers just worked perfectly. So just did lots of layering. I did fussy cut some flowers, used some doilies and a wood veneer here, and just layered up some fun papers. And I love to use these glassine bags just as a fun, just different texture. So I used a couple of those in the background there. So that's one. And then also from that same day, we had taken some family pictures, and so I got this done. And I'm wondering if this is when I was working on it, or was I done? Yeah, I think I was done with this one. This may have been the one I was working on, so I might add some more to it. But I think it's good as it is. If I decide not to, that's fine too. Just some fun family pictures. And I'm really liking this. I'm doing a grouping on the left and then a little bit on the right, which is very similar to a lot of times I'll do like kind of a cluster in the middle and then a little bit at the top. But that same concept, just more on the left and right side instead. Did some stamping on there. Just did a little cluster up here. And then when I have events that have more pictures, like say family reunions, which is kind of what this was. It was a very short one. or you have like a birthday party or something like that. I like to, I don't want to scrapbook every single individual photo. I like to kind of scrapbook, like pick out the stories that I want to talk specifically about and focus on, and then the rest of the pictures that go with it, I like to put in the divided page protectors, and then I put it all in together. So that way I don't have, photos in the scrapbook and photos somewhere else. They're all still together inside the same scrapbook. But I don't have to scrapbook every individual picture. And so what I did is just try to make sure it coordinates with the layouts it's going to be with. And so this is one of those. I think it's just the front. Yep. And so I just did 5 pictures, and then I decorated inside of this pocket with some journaling. So there's that one. And then here's one more for that day. Again, it had an individual story. My family has like bohemian background, and so kolaches are a big part of our family, and so of course we had them that day, and I had never really told that story because it's something that we have anytime this family gets together, almost every single time, holidays, those kinds of things, there's always kolaches, and so I took a picture and scrapbooked about that. And then here, this is a 2-pager. And then I had, so this is a 2-pager, then I have an 8.5 by 11 that's going to go in the middle. Sorry if you can't see it all. My oldest daughter made our state spelling bee, which was really cool. And so I wanted to scrapbook that experience of the day. And so I did a 2-page layout, and I did some different clusters and just told that story. And so there's that one. And in the middle of this, I think I had maybe one more. I'm trying to think if I had one more layout. I know. So in the middle, in the scrapbook, this is going to go in the middle. And on the back, when I find it, I'm going to put the program, because, her name was in the program. And so I'm going to put that in the sleeve. So, but I made this layout just specifically focused on her and her number that she had, and told more of the story on this layout. And so that will go in the middle, and then you'll flip it, and they'll have the program and then the rest of this layout. So that's kind of how I planned that out. I like to include, the things that that go with the different events that I scrapbook. If I have ephemera that goes with them, I like to do that and include it with the pages. This is some pictures of a school concert, and it was a spring concert, so these just pretty floral papers were just perfect. This is one of my favorite papers ever. I love that paper from Chamel, and just really enjoyed using that on these spring-themed photos. This was actually a pack of bows. I don't remember who that was, but I had included them with this collection because they matched really nicely. So there's, again, you can see I'm really liking that vertical on the left there. Sometimes I go in phases where I like to do different things, and like how that turned out. And then I think the rest of these are, unless I got them mixed up. Oh yeah, there's some more here. Okay, so then here's another one I made about the girls and I went to a movie. And I had taken a couple of pictures. And I like to take pictures of details that I want to remember. Like we love to put M&Ms in our popcorn. And so when we go to the movies, we always buy popcorn and we always buy the M&Ms and then do that. And so I had taken a selfie of me and the girls because my husband was, I think he was out of town or something. So it was just us. It was like a little girls' day out. And so I loved how that turned out. I love this kind of star background. Thought it went well with a movie theme. And the ticket roll from that collection happened to say cinema ticket on there, so I thought that was perfect. And so just like how that turned out there. A little cluster there. And then still with that collection, this was a picture of my oldest daughter made an honor choir. So I scrapbooked some photos from that day. Her and one of her best friends did it together. And so that was fun. I used 3 flare here, and Again, did a line of tickets under here. I used another glassine bag and one of the vellum stickers. Did some splattering in the back. And I just kind of tucked in the journaling cards into the bag. This you can take out to read if you want to. Otherwise, I made it so you could see through the bag that there was journaling there. So thought that was a fun layout. And so then the rest of the ones I got done, this is actually the ones I started with, was I had happened to have already brought over to the new house with me a bunch, like my Disney stuff. And so I had a bunch of Harry Potter stuff, but then as I was working on them, I'm like, I think I have some more stuff at the old house still. And so I did a bunch, but then I kept some back. So I still have more of this to do because we spent 2 days at Harry Potter World at Universal Studios in Florida when we went a couple years ago. And so I'll have more of these to do. But what I did was I had gotten, I think that is a photo play collection, Harry Potter collection. And so I worked with that along with some other random like things I had gathered and happened to have with me. But then what I did was, because of the feel of the movie and the feel of the just of the park, which very much feels like the movie because they're really good at that. I went and just when we always go to Hobby Lobby the first night because the town we go to has a Hobby Lobby. We usually go to supper, go to Hobby Lobby, and then maybe we'll go again like on Monday if we need some more things or want to check out the new weekly specials. But when I was there, I'm like, oh, I'm going to grab some other things that kind of feel like Harry Potter. So I grabbed a bunch of Tim Holtz stuff, like these gears and some vintage pieces that had those darker, more distressed tones. Because I like again, I thought that they felt very much like Harry Potter. And so, and then like these old vintage frames. So I ended up getting, I haven't bought Tim Holtz stuff in a while just because I have so much heritage feeling stuff, but all that stuff's at the old house. I didn't have any of it with me. And a lot of these things I didn't have already. So I just kind of incorporated those items into the Harry Potter themed collection. A collection that I had put together already. And so here's one of those layouts. Just had really a lot of fun. I liked to do themed pages. And so it was just fun to use some Harry Potter specific things with the layouts about going to the park. And so here's one that I did. And just, again, did lots of layering. And again, I love texture. And so these gears were perfect. So there's one there. And then here's another one. The girls with the Ministry Magic telephone. These were actually from Pink Fresh. I had a little bit of a Pink Fresh collection that I initially added in, and then it didn't, outside of these hearts, the rest of it didn't really mesh as well as I thought. So I ended up pulling it out, but did end up using some of those hearts just because the colors were perfect. I had these tags. I always grab these when I go to Hobby Lobby. I love these white tags with like the gold reinforcer there. And so this one's pretty simple. I just layered some of the fun Harry Potter papers and die cuts and scrapbooked about that. And then this one was in the Borgin and Burke's. Borgin and Burke's, kind of the dark part of the park, and I loved this one. I kind of more focused on the details, like how impressed I was with the details of the park, like these posters that were, I mean, they're from the movie. It was amazing how they're just so good at that. This is a very simple layout. I just did a piece of paper. I put some of the different Tim Holtz larger like die cuts and things in the background that had that vintage feel, and then I used these frames because I was really focusing on these framed pictures, from the movie that were in this area. So did that. And then let's see, here I scrapbooked about, still from the Harry Potter, the platform 9 3/4 and the train experience. And so I have this here, and then this will go next to it. Again, just more photos from, I don't need to scrapbook every single one individually, but some supporting photos from that area. And I was gonna do some more here at some point. But even if I don't, it's fine. It goes well with everything. So this will be like kind of like a 2-pager there. And then, let's see, what's that one? Okay. And then here, more from the platform 9 3/4. Just some different pictures of the, more pictures of the girls in the pictures and some of the details of that area. It was super fun to do there. There's that one. And then here I had a series of photos of them using the magic wands, because we went to Ollivander's and they each got wands that they could go around the park and do different magic spells and things. And so I did this, and then this will go next to it. But I didn't finish this because I decided to wait, because I'm like, I think I have more Harry Potter stuff at the old house, and so I need to get a hold of it. So I went ahead and put some of the die cuts that I know will go with these photos and put them in that pocket, so I would remember to do that. So this will go along with this. And so then I'll do I think this was all of the magic wand photos that I had, and so those will all go together. So there's that. So that is it. Still got quite a bit done for just being there for like one full day, basically. Got a lot accomplished. Like I said, it was unfortunate it got shortened like it did, but I'm thankful that everything turned out okay. So I am gonna kind of get these off my desk here. I'm still working with the Vicky Bouton line, but I do need to work on a project this weekend for my Get It Scrapped. I'm kind of back to contributing to that. I took a little bit of a break as we were moving, and so I'm going to, I think, do that this weekend. And then we're kind of in still some craziness here. We got our house on the market and all that good stuff, but I'm hoping to be back more regularly after this, but I appreciate your patience because it's just taken some time. But just wanted to show you guys the layouts that I got done here, and it was fun. It didn't take me too long to get back my mojo. Like I said, I hadn't scrapbooked for a long time. It felt really good. So I will be back, I promise, soon with some layouts from the Vicky Bouton collection that I'm playing with. I have one layout done and I love it. And look forward to getting more done. So thank you guys so much for watching, and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.